Hi Stampers, this is Marie Bennett at blackberriesandcream.net. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator and also a Paper Pumpkin subscriber. And in this video I'm going to show you a card that was made almost entirely, other than the card itself, was made almost entirely of things that might otherwise have been wasted. So this cute little card has a flower looking at a butterfly, and it says, "Hey there, friend." The flower is made with just the border where you punched out the printed flower to make the card that the kit was intended to make. I just fussy cut around the edge and used that shape as the outline for this flower's face. And I had a little bit of this twine that I had split, and I had a little bit left over that I couldn't feed through a button in another video I did, and so I just stuck it on there for hair. And then I cut the eyes. The eyes are two of the leaves. They sit side by side on this punch-out card, and so I did not split them here. I just fussy cut around the outside edge and left the two leaves connected to make eyes. The dark spot in the eyes was a piece of scrap black that I had cut off of another piece that was too long, and I just used a little hole punch, Stampin' Up! Hole punch, and I punched a hole and cut it in half and made the blacks of the eyes that way. The little leaf design here that's under the flower's face is made using this bird punch, and I just used the leaf portion, and I punched it out of a 1-inch strip of paper that I cut off of one of the green envelope liners in this June Paper Pumpkin kit, because you don't see the envelope liner. It goes all the way to the bottom of this envelope, and the only part of it that you actually see is the top part. And so I cut off all but about an inch below this little notch. I left that much, and that's plenty. When you stick that back in the envelope, you can see that as far as the function of an envelope liner, adding to the beauty of the envelope, that much paper serves that function just as well as the whole thing. So I cut that portion into 1-inch strips, and then when I make my leaf, I just can stick it in here and cut one leaf down at this end. I guess I should do it that way. I would cut it at this end and then turn it around and cut it at the other end, and you can get two cuttings out of this 1-inch strip of paper. And then to make the bow design, I layered one piece over the top of the other and glued it together so that it made a fuller design to go under the flower like that. Then to cover up where it was glued together, I have a collection of little flowers that I've punched whenever I've had extra paper, and some of them already have little sequin in them and some glue dots on the back. I just used one of those and just pulled it off of here. On the I store it on the back of paper from glue dot rolls or any kind. This is some kind of a wax paper. I don't know where it came from. But I hardly ever throw anything that could be remotely useful away. So this has a glue dot on the back and it's all ready to use. So I didn't even have to do any extra work for this. And that's the little embellishment that goes under the face of the flower. The butterfly is a vellum butterfly, and I have another container that I keep butterflies in. Some of them are made with the silver or gold foil, and some of them are made with vellum or printed vellum. And what I did was took a strand of that twine that came in the kit and just made a little loop design under the butterfly. So I'll be using that on the card. For background, it's just washi tape. The pink one and the green are retired washi tape, and the yellow is from I can't remember the name of a cherry on top or something like that. It's a new washi tape in the Stampin' Up! Catalog. So real quick, I'm just going to put this card together and you can see how easy it is to use what normally would be thrown away to make a really cute card. Alright, so I have already cut out the flower and the eyes, the leaves, I guess. And I have a black dot, so let's go ahead and do the face. Okay, I'm going to be sticking this flower to this window sheeting using snail adhesive. So I'll just put a little bit on the back. And the window sheeting is really not much bigger than the flower, so you have to be careful with your positioning. Like that. Okay. Now, going to trim the window sheeting along the edge of this flower shape so that it doesn't show. Alright, so the next thing that goes on are the eyes. So I need snail adhesive on the back of the eyes. Like right like that maybe, huh? There. Okay, and then I have my black circle right here. Oh. So I'm going to cut that in half and then glue half of an eye in each leaf. Alright, so we've got the eyes on, and all this little guy needs now is some hair. And so we're going to use that same leftover twine and put some sticky tape along the little top notch place there, and then just stick the twine to the tape. Once you get that on there, then just take your scissors or paper snips and trim away the excess twine. And then his basic face is all done. So now we're going to get the card ready to put the face on. So you need to score the crease along the score line that's already on the index or the note card. And then we're using Tip Top Taupe ink and the Hey There stamp from the Welcome Kit, which is really one of my favorite stamps. And put that in the bottom before I start putting on the washi tape. And then to apply the washi tape, I'm going to start with the one in the middle, and I'm using a wide green strip. So I'll put that down and then work left and right from the center in order to keep a little bit of symmetry with where I've placed the tape. So I don't want the pink, I want the yellow. Next. And then finish it off with the pink. Okay, so the background portion of the card is finished. Now I'm going to adhere the little face to the card using some very thin strips of dimensional that I have cut from the edge of a sheet of dimensionals that I was finished with, and you have that little waste along the edge. I just cut a very thin strip off of that and use it on the back. And I also put a little tiny strip between the eyes so that the shape doesn't sag on the card. Then position it where you want it to be. And now put on the little butterfly with the twine, and the card is finished. No, it isn't. I'm sorry. The card is not finished. We have to put on his little bow tie. And I use a glue dot for that. Position the tie where you think it looks good. And now the card is basically finished. No greeting on the inside. Just leave room to write a note to whoever you're sending it to. And the last step is to get the envelope ready. And in this case, I've decided to use the little flower stamp from the June Paper Pumpkin Kit and the Tip Top Taupe ink. And I'm just going to stamp 3 small images across the flap. So start in the center and then work either direction. I made a little mistake there, so I had to go back and touch it up. That's a great thing about those photopolymer stamps. You can see right where you're going to be stamping. Unless, of course, you've got the camera in your way. And then you just kind of guess. Alright, so the envelope is done, the card is done. And I have used a lot of materials that I otherwise would have thrown away. And I have a really cute little card to send to a friend.